In this video, we will see what are the zeros of a function. We will use as an example the function x squared plus 4x. As you know, another way to represent a function is as a graph. This is the graph of the function. The zeros of a function are the values of x where the function is 0. The value of the function, f of x, is given in the y-axis. Remember that the value of f of x is the same as the value of y in the graph. Therefore, the function is 0 when the value of y is 0. And we know that y is 0 in the x-axis. That means that the zeros of a function are the points where the graph crosses the x-axis. In this example, the graph crosses the x-axis in 2 points, when x is minus 4, and here where x is 0. These points are called the zeros of the function. And they are also called the roots of the function. And they are also the x-intercepts. We can prove that these values make the function 0 by substituting them in the function. So let's prove that minus 4 is a 0 of the function. When x equals minus 4, the function is minus 4 squared plus 4 times minus 4. The square of minus 4 is 16, and 4 times minus 4 is minus 16. 16 minus 16 is 0. That means that minus 4 is a 0 of the function. Now let's check with 0. When x is 0, the function is the square of 0 plus 4 times 0. The square of 0 is 0. 4 times 0 is 0. That means that 0 is also a 0 of this function. Okay, so now we know that the zeros of the function x squared plus 4x are x equals minus 4 and x equals 0. Now, that doesn't mean that all functions have zeros. Let's see an example. You can see that the graph of the function x squared minus 2x plus 4 does not intersect the x-axis. It never crosses this line. That's because there is no value of x that makes this function 0. When that happens, it means that this function has no zeros. Here you can see 3 different functions. We have a quadratic function, a cubic function, and a quartic function. These are the zeros of the functions. The quadratic function has 2 zeros, the cubic function has 3 zeros, and the quartic function has 4 zeros. You probably notice that there is a pattern. The number of zeros in this example corresponds to the degree of the function. The quadratic function is a second degree function, so we have 2 zeros. The cubic function is a third degree function, and we have 3 zeros. And the quartic function is a function of fourth degree, and we have 4 zeros. Now, this doesn't mean that the degree of the function will always be the number of zeros that the function has. But it does tell us the maximum number of zeros that you can have. For example, the quadratic function can have 2, 1, or no zeros, but it can never have more than 2. The cubic function can have up to 3 zeros, but never more than 3. It can have 2, 1, or none. And the quartic function can have up to 4 zeros. It can also have less or none, but it can never have more than 4. So as you can see, it's very easy to identify the zeros when you have the graphs. You just check the points where the graph crosses the x-axis. In the next video, we will see how to find the zeros of a function, but when you don't have the graph. Thank you for watching this video.